Hello, so let's learn how to set up our website on the ReServices app. So first of all, after you download the app and then you sign up, this is the interface you'll be having. So you quickly head on to shop. So you tap on shop at the bottom and then it opens this interface. So because I already have a store, it comes as a live store or a shop. So with yours, you need to add a store. So first of all, you need to tap on add another store or add store or create store at the top, and then you fill in all this info. Make sure you fill in most of the things and then you create a store. So basically that's what you need to do. So after creating a store, you have an interface like this one, like this. So after having an interface, there are always two ways to go about it. First, you can either add the items from the add to inventory here, the first section here, before continuing, or you add it from the online side. So first of all, if you're adding images or products at the first instance, you need to scroll. Whilst you are adding the items, you need to check this make available online. So you need to mark the item as make available online, and then you can toggle on mark as featured product and other stuffs, but we are not going to use this. We are going to use the second method. And then also the product image gallery, you realize that there are certain websites when you open, there are a lot of images, about 5 images for one item to show different colors or different variants. And then the variants here is simply talking about the color, the size, and then other things. So always make sure when you're inserting variants or the color, the size, and then other things, you put a comma. So we'll get into that. So first of all, let's go back and then start from online. So you head to online at the bottom here, online. After creating our shop. So we set up our shop or our online store, which is the website. At the top here, you realize it says no product found. So I've not added any product yet, or we've not added any product yet. And then it's showing 0/10 completed. So let's get started. So we click on store setup, and then it opens this interface. So first thing to do is to input your shop name or the URL, the name for the URL. So for instance, the example store I made is LI stores, so I can make it. And then the description. So the description, basically I can just make it very short. I make it a best sneaker plug, and then I just toggle on enable online store and then publish store. So auto confirm orders. So let's just get into this. You can only turn on auto confirm orders if you want orders to be automatically confirmed. So when someone sends an order, the system will automatically confirm the order and say, yes, it has received the order. So the person knows the order has been received. But if you want to always check and then confirm the orders yourself, which is always advisable, you should do that. So kindly, to me, I'll prefer to leave it the auto confirm orders. So I get to check the orders wall and see if I still have those items or not before I auto confirm an order, because it's not advisable to confirm an order and later on cancel it for your client. So I will leave it off for now, and then allow back orders. So allow back orders simply means if you have items that are out of stock, your clients can still purchase from you and then later on you ship it to them. But I'll leave it off, and then I'll tap on next. And then the SEO. So the SEO title simply helps Google or other search engines to be able to bring out your site when someone searches for the name of your store online. So here I will just input something very short like this, and then the SEO keywords, and then you click on or you tap on next, and then the theme. So usually you can leave it at the default theme. When you are done, you just come back and then you come and select whatever theme you prefer. But here you get to select the colors that you want. So for instance, when you scroll down, the theme selection, when you scroll down, you see color customization. So you can tap on it. It opens any color you want. You can just select it anyhow you want it. Yes, so these are the colors you get. So you can play around them and then choose the ones you want, and then you confirm. But usually you can be able to come back and then change any other thing you've done. For instance, all these things, the previous ones you've done, you can go back, or you can always come back to set them up. So you move to the next, And then here it's asking for branding and visual identity. So here you input your store logo. So if you have any store logo, let's say I'm selecting this as my store logo, I put it in there. And then always look at the size. So here it's saying favicon. So the favicon is basically, you realize that when you open certain websites, there's always a small image at the top. Usually happens when you open websites on the web, usually the laptops or the computers and other stuff. So, but it's not compulsory, so I'll have to leave it. And then the banner or the hero image. So here you select a banner. So select a banner. Then I'll prefer to use this as my banner, something like this. But always make sure it's something very appealing. Make it look nice, to make your website look very professional and nice. So we continue by tapping on next. And then email, something like this. You go to next, and then your Facebook. So you can go to your Facebook profile, share it, and then bring it here. You continue with the rest. So you just fill in the ones you have, and then tap on next. Privacy policy. So if you have privacy policies, you can put them here. You can use AI to just write the few policies that you have, and then you put them here, and then you tap on next. And then shipping settings. So default shipping rate. So if you have a default shipping rate, you can put it here. If you don't have, you leave it. If free shipping threshold is enabled, so that means here when someone buys, when you set an amount, let's say that is 5,000 cedis, sorry, when someone buys items worth 5,000 cedis, you are shipping it to them for free. You can also put it here, but I'll tap on next. And then the currency is always selected at default, because when you were creating the store, you selected currency, so it's always on default. And then here you select your payment method. So Reedy Services or the website or the app doesn't take money through the app. Clients pay you directly. So you select, if you use mobile money, for instance, you select MTN and then account name. You can leave it blank if you don't have that. And then other payment methods. So if you're living in Kenya or any other country, you can still put payment method name. If that's the M-Pesa, you can still put it. If you don't have, you leave it blank, and then you tap on next. So Google Analytics, if you want to know the number of people that visit your website, you can sign up for Google Analytics, and then you get your ID, and then you paste them here, and then you save. But one last thing, if you want to update products, so let's assume this maintenance mode here, do not leave it on. You only turn on maintenance mode if you want to work on the site. So for instance, if you want to change how the website looks, you want to change how things are, then you get a chance to be able to change that. So basically that's how it is. And then you can tap on save. That is for the mobile. The maintenance mode, you only turn it on if you don't want people to have access to the website for now, you want to work on it, but you can leave it off if you want people to start buying from you. So you save, you go ahead and then save the settings, and then you are done. So when you save it and we go back, we realize that our store is completed, and then it's live. So your store is live. So when we tap on copy or we share the link with anyone, they'll be able to see things in the store. So now let's add items to our store. So first of all, we had to add products here, and then we can add the products through here. That is only if you are adding products, you are only using a website. Sorry, you want a website. But if you are adding the items in a way that you also want to track your inventory, you want to use the software or the app to manage and track your business, you can also go back to the shop, tapping on the shop here, and then you scroll, and then go to add to inventory. You select the items you want to. So let's say this Nike Dunk, select, and then you write the name. So the quantity, how many items you have. Let's say I have 10. Low stock alert, what quantity showed the item reach, so the system alerts you that the item is almost getting finished. So let's see 2. And then if the item has a barcode, you can tap on the scan barcode or the scan QR code, and then you just scan the items and then scan it and add it to the system. Also, if it has expiry date, you can add it. And then expiration alert, what day should you be alerted if the expiring date is getting near? If it doesn't have, you just leave them. If you don't want to add it as well, you just leave them. And then the category. So here is very important. If you want to add the items, you want to categorize the items, which is very important for your website. You do that. So category, you can just tap on category and then write the category name. Let's say sneakers. And then you tap on the plus here, and it has added it. So it has added the sneaker. So next time you don't write the category again, you only select when you tap on the category and then you select the sneakers. Yeah. Also the brand. So let's say it's Nike. So tap on Nike and then you add. If you sell wholesale, if you sell on wholesale as well, if you want people to buy from you and then when they reach a certain threshold, you sell it to them as wholesale. Either on the website or physically, you can do that as well. So you can tap on wholesale. And then this is the most important part. So make products available online. So you just toggle it on and then mark as a featured product. If you want to mark it as a featured product, you do so. And then product image gallery. So you can add images. So let's say the first image, I can decide to just add this as a first image. Yes. And then we add multiple images as well, so you can add other images. If the item has multiple images, you can keep adding up to 5 images. So it's like that. If the item doesn't have more images, you just leave it like that. So if the item has just 1 image, you can just leave it like that. And then variant. So if you have colors, so let's say these sneakers, they are all the same, but I have other colors. Let's say we start with the variant name. So let's say you have the sneaker. We have let's start with the size. Let's say we have small, we write S and then we bring a comma. So it's very important you bring a comma. If you have medium and comma, large and then extra large, that's for clothes. But if it's a sneaker, for sure we know we have sizes, so 38, 45 and then the rest you keep adding. So if it's color, if you have red, blue, and then you add as many as you want or as many as you have. So it's just like that. And then you tap on what? Add variants. But if what you have doesn't have a variant or the items you have is just one, you just close it. But since mine has, I'll just tap on add variant. But if it doesn't have, don't add anything. You can just delete it and then you tap on what? Save product. So once you save that, that is it. You are done. If you wish to add the items through the online store, when you come to online store, you can be able to see every single thing you have. So here, you'll be able to view the pending and everything. Whenever you have orders, they all appear here. So let's visit our site and see how it looks after adding one item. So we tap on the copy here, and then we head on to open any web browser. So let's say we open any web browser and then we paste the link there. You should be able to see our store. So this is how it looks like. So since we've not added items and then the banner or the hero image or my store banner I added is not that nice, this is how it looks like for now. Yes, so we added only one item. And then the reason why it's appearing as featured is we actually toggled on feature. So you can still go back and then turn it off. So every single thing is here. So once you add more products, they will all appear here and then people can be able to buy. Your dashboard. Anytime you go back to your dashboard and then you open your dashboard, you realize that it's here, total orders 1. So when you use a valid email to create the account, you receive an email in your email that you received an order. So total orders, you have an order here pending. So when you tap on it, you see the order the person ordered for. You can tap on it and it opens. You see what they ordered for, and then you can move to confirmed. So you've confirmed the order, or you can cancel or mark as paid. So when you check the reference they've given you, and then so this is the customer's name, so you can be able to get in touch with them, the item they bought. You get to see the item here, and then you can mark as paid. If they paid, you can tap on mark as paid, and then that's all. So you realize that the order is gone, and then you no longer have any pending but unrecorded. So when you go to unrecorded and you go to all, the unrecorded simply means you've not recorded the purchase into your inventory. So the system has to take off the product, so you know the amount or the number of products you have left. So you can tap on record as sale. But if you've now shipped the product to the person, you can tap on advance, and then success order. So move to processing. So now you are processing it. The person also get to see it from their end. When you tap on view order, they also get to see it's processing here at the top here, processing. And then when you move it to, when you advance it from processing to shipped, when you ship it, and they also open their order, they still see it as shipped. And then you can advance it as delivered, and they also see it as delivered. So basically, that's how everything works. And then you can record it as sale. So the system takes it from your inventory, record as sale, and that's all. So you get to see every single thing here. You can have the chance to customize the website to look exactly how you want it. You'll be able to change the theme to the next theme, and then you tap on next and save. So once you've changed the theme and you come and you refresh, anyone who opens your site will see it in a different way. So you see how it works. So they keep appearing this way. You have different ways of they appearing. So once your banner, your logo, your items are nice, everything will turn out very nice. That's all for now. You can check out every single thing for yourself. You play around and get used to it. If you have any challenge, you can always reach out to us.